Now, Mr. Lenny, we know him, we love him. He was recently here on the show as he is, launching his new album. He has been out of the music industry for a hot minute, but he is back with a banger and with the same passion and the same musical genius that we knew him for. Anyway, he is now talking about his experience with his sister. He's, I think, doing a media tour. We have seen him on the CTA podcast, and now he was on a different podcast talking about, his personal life. And he's very cagey about his person. He never spills the beans. Even when he was here, I think a few weeks ago, we tried to pry that information, and he was like, nope, go listen to my music. And I'm very proud of him for that, for not using his personal situation as kiki. This time though, he was really remembering his sister and talking about the events that led to her passing away. He says it was a normal day. She had gone to town with her friends and then she collapsed. They go to the hospital and find out she was actually suffering from a brain aneurysm. And it's not something that just happened out of the blue. He says that was in January. In December, they had this family get together. They went to Mombasa, but she kept complaining about a headache, and it's just pain medication. Let's continue with life, Yeah. They just looked over it. Fast forward, there's a series of surgeries that she has to go through, and she was very sad about it, even as she was going through the first surgery, and said her goodbyes to them. Coming out of surgeries, it took a few days. She was not waking up. They had to go in for more surgery, and then the doctor said that her brain was basically dead, and there's nothing more they could do. They could keep her on life support, or they could just get her off of it. And they made a family decision to just let her rest, and it's so unfortunate. And he says it was such a sad time for his family, and I really do feel you. But the thing that really stood out for me in this whole story was the medical expenses. As a country, we need to do better. We need to do better when it comes to the medical industry, because he says it costs them upwards of 200,000 a day in the ICU. That's just taking care of them. And as someone who's had a relative go through such a thing, especially in a public medical facility, the charges they bring up, if you look through the inventory, they tell you that a syringe was 1,000, syringe wrapper was, there was so many additions that did not make sense. These people are just in it to make money. You're sick, well and good. We're going to keep you on things that are just going to treat your symptoms and not actually what you're suffering from. We need more, when it comes to the medical industry. But he says through the help from his family, his friends, his fans, fellow Kenyans, they were actually able to raise the medical bills, which was upwards of 3 million. That is so expensive. For the ordinary Kenyan, It is not easy. And I feel so horrible anytime I come, it comes across my timeline. Somebody has a, flyer saying, kindly contribute to the medical expenses, this and this and this. My friend is going through this. My family is going through this. We need a change. Before they start talking about unga and other things, the medical industry is where they need to look at.
Very true. I feel quite sad about Lenny's story. It's never a good thing to get that call or even have to take someone off life support, just to let go.
Yeah.
It's really, really sad, and I feel for Lenny and his family as he was going through this memory. And for anyone out there, I don't know, when you get the slightest headache or something small, you would linger, Don't imagine. We live in tough times. It could be anything. It's better to get yourself checked. Precaution is always better than cure.
And even men. How many men do you know who just go to hospital just
None.
for the sake of? Men will not, they'd rather die. At death's bed is when they'll be like, maybe we should see a doctor. So be better. Men, go to hospital.
Yes,
have
kindly.
a checkup.
Love yourselves. Just a bit. A bit. Now,